morning, everybody. A little bit of a late start today. Saturdays. What is that ruckus? Huh? Is it? Yeah. Something loud. Saturdays tend to work out that way. I don't know exactly why, but it always seems like we have a bit more of a rest day on Saturdays. Not intentionally. It just works out that way. So a bit slow start this morning. We had a great Bible reading. We just finished the book of Psalms. So if you're not familiar, every mealtime that we're together, we read from the Bible, and usually, well, depending on what we're reading, but it can turn into quite a discussion if there's something super interesting in that particular passage, and it becomes a bit of a Bible study then. And so we just finished Psalms, and this morning we started Job. If you're not familiar with the book of Job, amazing book to read. Really encourage you to read it. That man faced more hardship than anybody should have to face in his entire life, and came out of it with a really positive mindset. Basically, God allowed bad things to happen to Job because Satan said, hey, the only reason that Job worships you is because you have blessed his life. And God says, that's not true. He says, I will allow you to remove these blessings from Job, but you can't hurt Job himself. And so Satan does that. He tries to hurt Job, tries to, change Job's heart, basically. And in the end, Job stays faithful to God, and it's a real testament to all of us in whatever we're facing. Every time I read it, I feel so guilty because I'm like, I complain about some stuff sometimes. I got nothing to complain about. That man lost everything. And the most beautiful part, the ending of the first chapter of Job, naked I came into this world, naked I shall leave. It's just beautiful to think about, because you came with nothing into this world and you'll leave with nothing. Nothing belongs to you. All right? The Lord giveth, the Lord taketh away. Blessed be the name of the Lord. And that is the right mindset. That is the attitude we should all have. God's name is to be blessed and glorified no matter what circumstances you find yourself in life. And it's a call to action for every single one of us. I'm preaching to myself here this morning. Calves are doing good. Marta? How are you, Marta? Как дела? Хорошо? Хорошо? И Леона? Тоже хорошо? Now, this is actually a bad idea. A little lesson for you. You should never do this. It's so tempting because the calves love it and I love it. Why is it a bad idea? Because they enjoy it. The calves love this. And this calf is small. Not a problem. But what many people don't realize is that calves grow, and cattle beasts can push with twice their weight. Okay, so if you have a 700-kilo bull pushing on you because it wants its head scratched because it remembers when it was a baby how much fun that was, and it comes up to you and it will be pushing at you with 1.5 tons of power. And you are not strong enough to stop that. And that is why this is actually a bad idea. You should scratch here and here. Now for the young calves, maybe not the end of the world, but as they get bigger, they're going to come up to you and they're going to start, rubbing their head on the side of you, and your rib cage cannot handle 1.5 tons. Right, Wes? No. Yours can, because you're like Superman, but I can't handle that. You want some rubbing too? Hey, you want some loving too, Eliona? So, doing very good. Happy calves. It took them a little bit to get adjusted to different feeding here, but all in all, doing very well. And growing. And then the pigs, of course. Hey, piggers are all happy. Pick. Busy eating their stuff. And we're doing posts again. So Wes cut a whole whack of grass yesterday because the posts, this is where we need to work. And so it makes for convenient feeding because we got to feed the calves anyway. Always important to check to make sure water still works. Hey, don't bite my fingers. Come on, where you go? Hey, get out of there. Yep, there's water coming out of there. It's important to make sure they have clean water. So there's a little bit of sand in the bottom. We do have sand in our well water. So but anyway, that just sits on the bottom. It's not a big deal. The rest of it's nice and clean, which is good. Keep for happy piggies. And they love eating grass too. They're growing good. Very good. This is the fencing. I don't remember if I showed you this or not. I think I did. Each roll is 50 meters, and there's an enormous amount of rolls here. Looking forward to putting it up. It is not high tensile. The best wire you can get is high tensile wire, but that's a lot more money, and for what we need it for, this will be just fine. Top wire is a little bigger. Middle ones are skinnier. I have never used this particular brand or this particular company. Super nice guys to deal with, and always ready to give me advice and answers. So we're going to start working with that hopefully soon. We got to get some more posts in the ground, then we'll start stretching wire. We'll document it all for you guys and see how it goes. Fencing's not super popular here for livestock. We hardly ever see it. And back home, every farm has at least some fencing on it. Yeah, some people are taking it out now, I guess, because not that many people have animals on pasture anymore. But in the past, it was extremely popular. And you didn't just free range it. Everybody has their own piece of land. And of course, they have a grain patch too, so you can't let the cows get in the neighbor's grain. Tends to make for bad neighbors, so you end up with fencing. And so there's crisscross fencing all over the place. It's very normal for us to see. Here, less options for materials. I mean, they have companies for this. It took me a while to find, but this looks like it's going to work out very well for us. Fence posts, I've sourced them now. Fence staples, I'm having a hard time finding good quality staples. I got some short ones, but we tend to like them a little bit longer and with a barb on them so they don't pull out as easy. The reason for that is cows, I just explained how much they push. They also do that on a fence, and so they'll get scratching their heads maybe on the wire. They'll enjoy doing that, or maybe two of them will get fighting each other and one pushes the other one into a fence. Whatever it might be, it puts a little bit of bounce onto the fence, and it can end up pulling the staples out of the post. Now, it's a good idea to walk your perimeter every year, make sure the staples are still in, but if you can start with a longer staple with a little bit of a barb on it, it helps hold into the post that much better, and will also make the fence last longer. So it's something I'm still looking for. Yeah, so we got our stuff loaded up. Laser here, the post hole auger. We're gonna head off and do that again. If you haven't seen that video yet, I just showed how this laser just blown away, and I'm gonna do a few more tests with it, but blown away, it did it 808 feet in the broad daylight. Today is actually cloudy, so it should actually run farther. It may have done farther yesterday. The maximum that we've tested it was 808 feet, and that read to the reader like extremely accurate. So I was absolutely blown away with the performance on that laser. Check out the video. It's the last one before this one, I believe. It will be. And so I'm going to do a full review on this thing right now. I'm just working with it and playing around with it. I do hope to have a video just dedicated to it if I like it. And so far, I'm very impressed. This was just showing me something. What is this?
It's to make like minor adjustments for the laser for far distance, because then you can just adjust it very slowly.
Okay, so the laser goes on here. Mm-hmm. So we were attached on here yesterday.
Yeah, and that screws to
You're saying that screws on here instead, and then you have a different plate hole.
This for the laser.
There's a bigger one, or that goes on the laser as well. Ah, there's two holes in the laser. So that goes on the laser, goes on here. So yesterday, in yesterday's video, I was tweaking that thing just a little bit. And remember I said that if you just move it a tiny bit, it moves like 20, 30 feet out there, yeah? And so he's saying that's what this is for. You can actually do micro adjustments just by tweaking that. So if you look, you can see it moving there just by me turning that. That's awesome. So it comes with that as well as part of the kit. Pretty neat. Wes went around yesterday. I had to go to town to get some feed to the city. Wes laid out posts here with Ariana. You were the driver? Yep. Amazing. First time driving? Well, since a long time ago. Yep. First time you drove, I guess you were been 8 or 9. We were doing firewood. But you haven't driven a tractor in a very long time, correct? Yeah. Yep. So you did a good job. I laid these posts out. She drove. Wes threw them in a spot. So this post here is set properly. Down there we've got 2. The first one you see is about 400 feet from here, roughly 410-ish. So we're going to set the laser up there, shining up to this post, and that'll give us the centers, and then we can mark. First one we need to do is a brace post, and after that they're going to be 4 meters apart, every one of these posts, till we get there, and then we'll do the next section. Can only work for a little while, as we got some friends coming again. Friend Alexander, I don't know if bringing his wife or not, but anyway, somebody's coming to visit, so we'll socialize for that, and then we'll get back at this. It may also rain. I don't know. It's kind of looking like it might want to. And there's actually a few drops coming, so we'll see how much we get done. But hopefully we'll get this done here, and then we got to curve up that way. The next piece, and then around. Those posts are done, but they're not all set. They're just sitting there. We need to shove them in a little bit better. What we're doing now is drilling a smaller hole. Actually found it's working very, very well, and then pushing them in. So we'll carry on this side. Sunflowers again are doing great. Look how Ariana's standing there. Some of them are pretty tall. They move forward here. This guy's really tall. Oh, it's hard to get through. Oh, from the weight from yesterday's rain or what? Yeah, some of those are pretty tall. Look at that. That one's about as tall as you are. And it's cool. You can see that she's wearing a sweater and Ainsley's wearing a coat. It's a little cool out today. All right, let's get at her. All right, we're setting this guy up again. You can see the laser there. And Wes is trying to line it up on the far end. So on my post, I'm aiming for about center of the post. And then he's looking for it there. And I'm able to adjust it based on these guys right here. Now, I didn't know that yesterday. I didn't use this. I did it by hand. So he's almost found it. He's still looking over there. Looks like we got another visitor. I don't recognize that car. That's not who I was expecting today. Oh no, I think this is the guy that likes to drive down here. I don't know exactly what he does, but he likes to come down here, and I think he does berry picking here or something maybe. I'm not really sure. Pretty muddy today. Hopefully he doesn't get stuck in the mud. Took a little bit, but he's got her perfectly lined up on the post again. The center of the post. Just takes a while again because just a minor adjustment here means so much there. So that again, this is about 420 feet right now. Plenty big enough for most projects. I don't think they designed this for doing fencing. I'm just using it because I'm like, hey, this might work great for making a straight line. And I'll say again, yesterday we did it from that post past this all the way to the post over there is 808 feet, and it worked like a charm. Okay, so now it's set up, and we will start drilling some holes. I'm gonna use for these glasses that came with the kit. I think they're to protect your eyeballs. I just try never to look at lasers, but look how nice Ainsley looks sporting these wonderful glasses. Up next we have Ainsley wearing beautiful green glasses and a nice spring hat. I'm not a very good announcer for models, but doing a wonderful job. Give you an idea of these glasses. This is normal life, and there's the glasses. Isn't that nice? Give you a whole different look on life. Kind of cool. I don't know, the different zooms make a difference. Neat. Very neat. Okay, that was a great visit. Oh, I forgot to throw my hat back on. I don't normally have a hat on backwards. That was a great visit. I love it when people come over to visit sometimes. Friends, anyway. We don't get a lot of work done, but it's just a nice time to socialize. So now we're going back to work. It's 2:30 in the afternoon. We have accomplished almost nothing today, but we've got good plans. And you were playing the harmonica, so that was lovely. And now we got to get to work.
Today, Papa has decided to pound in posts, so that's where I'm headed off to help him. I had to grab the phone. I think they just got here. I think they must have just got here. Because I don't see anyone down by the laser. The laser's down there somewhere. Right there, you can see the laser. They're over here by the tractor. Yeah, like I said, I'm gonna help them, try to help them. I think Papa might teach me how to drive the tractor if he gets time on the way back, maybe. You can see we got all this to do, all the way down there. But we're gonna get her done.
Remember when you told me that I should take it slow, that I can't stay when the world is waiting. I'm too used to being on my own. Heart to break, but I have to chase it. I'm dancing on the edge again. The wind is calling my
time. Well, almost. It's not quite ready. Got the first leg of the journey done. This one's a bit bigger space, but we're gonna leave it. It's 5 meters instead of 4, but I didn't want to stick a post beside, and that is actually the GPS marker spot, so we'll leave that one there. We're heading back. They skipped one because there was no post there, so we grabbed one from here. We'll stick it in the ground on Monday. Today's Saturday, so Monday we'll come down here and we'll weed whack the rest of this. We actually go quite a ways. I don't know if you can tell, there's one down there and there's another one over, and then farther over there as well. We're gonna go to that one. So this is straight still, and then we're gonna go a little bit on an angle. And I think that's as far as I'm going for now. Have to see how that works out with the other side up by the highway, because we're not fencing everything. But I do want to push a post in on all the cadastral engineer spots that we made, just so we don't lose the flags. I mean, they've held up remarkably. They've been in for a little over a year now. Well, about a year, I guess. But we'll push a post in on every spot so we don't lose them. And then maybe next year, if we can afford it, we'll slam some more posts in. Eventually, we want to do this whole piece. It's about 80 acres here. 34 hectares or whatever that works out to. Be nice to get it all done. We're pushing the last one in. We're gonna head up and do chores, and yeah, that's it for today. Do chores, go in for supper, gonna play some games or something, and go to bed. Be it for the day. Hope you guys enjoyed. As always, if you like the content, give her a thumbs up. If you don't like the content, give it a thumbs up anyway. And yeah, words of encouragement, they're always appreciated. It's a different country, different land, different way of doing things, but we love every moment of it, and we are very privileged and blessed to live here. Just feel real good about it. Beautiful tractor. It always makes me so happy to get the kids working together. 2 boys in the tractor, 1 holding the post. It's awesome. It's how it's meant to be. My helper right here, Rihanna, working hard, helping me out. Awesome. So anyway, God bless you guys. We'll catch you in another video, and that's it for now. Later.
Tell me down, I'll be fair.